there! My name's Squirrelbites, and if you know me at all, you know that I've been a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's for freaking ages now. I've been a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's since the very first game came out, and I watched a Markiplier play it. And I remember going to school and telling everybody about it, and I got my friends into it, and it's how I got my first boyfriend as well. So yeah, it means a lot to me. As a kid, I didn't have a proper Five Nights at Freddy's OC, really. What I would do is that I already had pre-existing Pokemon OCs, so I would just ship my Pokemon OCs with the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, and very specifically, my Pikachu, whose name was Rodriguez, Roger for short, was in love with Mangle. And I would draw them together all the time. Well, the new game came out, Security Breach, and so far it's amazing. I don't really like how it plays into the lore. I don't think it makes like any sense in place of the lore, because play seems futuristic as all heck, right? However, I enjoy the gameplay a lot. I really love the gameplay. And just how big everything is, and how it's a lot different than all the other Five Nights at Freddy's games that have come before it. I always mix it up with Sister Location for whatever reason, and I know exactly why. It's because both games are different than the traditional Five Nights at Freddy's games, and they both start with S. So whenever I say, oh, the new game, Security Breach, I always almost say Sister Location, as if that didn't come out freaking ages ago. However, in around 7th grade, maybe 8th, I created a skunk custodian OC. And his whole thing was that he's a custodian and he teaches kids about staying clean and cleaning up the area around them and stuff. Come to find that a skunk custodian already existed, so freaking screw me, I guess. I don't know how I managed to make one so similar, but I sure did, so I had to scrap that concept of a skunk custodian. And instead, around last year, I created a Commodore dog artist, essentially a mop dog artist. And his purpose was to essentially give kids art prompts, and he'd, say something like, can you draw me a ship in a storm? And then you would draw a ship in a storm, you would put it in front of his face, his eyes would scan, and if he recognized a ship in a storm, he'd be like, wow, great job, artist. And if it didn't, he'd be like, almost there, try again, so on and so forth. Now, I've been thinking about my two OCs, and I'm thinking of just flip-flopping them, right? Make the mop dog a custodian, because he looks like a mop, and make the skunk into an artist. Not for any specific reason, I just think a skunk artist would be cute. However, this video is not about recreating those OCs. I already made a video of remaking one of my Warrior Cats OCs, and I would really love to make another recreation OC, like an OC revamp video again, because I had a lot of fun with it, and now with my new script format, I think that the video would just turn out a lot better. Though I just don't want to be too repetitive, right? I don't want to just pump out the same exact video over and over and over again. That's not to say I'll never make another revamp OC video again. However, I just don't want to do it too often, because then it's not fun anymore for any of us. Do let me know if another OC revamp / redesign would be interesting to watch again. I want to make videos that you guys like. I really do. In the meantime, why don't you watch me make a Five Nights at Freddy's OC? It'll be fun! So the first thing I did was that I had this whole guideline for how the reference sheet was going to be laid out, with the average guidelines for the front of the character and just this huge blob that says back, so that I know that that's where I'm going to put the back of the character. Then I had little eyes off to the side, and off to the far side I had 3 guidelines for heads, all showing one different type of emotion, so that you could see what the man himself looks like. And of course I had the name and the info laid out. I decided to make him a pig, and you'll see why in a second. Or rather, I guess you won't see why. I'll tell you why in a second. One thing you may notice from the Speedpaint is that he doesn't really match the style of all the animatronics. that's because I don't like the style of all the animatronics. I much more prefer the style of the original Five Nights at Freddy's. So while this guy is meant to be in Security Breach, I really just do not like how the animatronics look. I really like how they looked in the original one. So he resembles more the original animatronics, but I swear to you, he's meant to be in Security Breach. Now you'll see me here copying pasting the original sketch and flipping it. This is to make the back view. What I always do is that I just flip the front view, erase inside the character, and draw things in, so it's essentially just the back of the character. It's a very simple way of showing the back view. Now for the line art. Easily my least favorite part of this entire process. I do not like making line art for full bodies. It just never looks good, in my opinion. My art specifically, I never like how my line art look good. My art specifically, I never really like how my line art comes out for full bodies. But alas, that's just how the cookie crumbles, and I have to make it. I'm thinking I'll leave that error in. Now for coloring. I'm fairly certain I explained this in my last video about making an OC, or rather revamping an OC in that case, my Warrior Cats OC video. I always color everything in with a very bright red so that I can see all the spaces that the color is missing. If you just go ahead and color the character how it looks, you'll miss little spaces that you didn't select. So what I do is that I just go in with a very bright red so I can see all those little spaces that I missed, go back and color in those spaces, and then preserve the opacity so I can't color outside of it, and bada bing bada boom, character time. Now we finally get to color the character, yay, woohoo! What I always do with designing characters is that I just freaking go ham. I just place little random markings down and see if I like it. If I don't, erase that, just try again. I have no real plan or image of this character in my head. I'm just doing whatever, really. You may have noticed that he is wearing a little bib. I wonder what that is about. Everybody in Security Breach seems to have a purpose. For example, the band is obviously a band, Music Man is DJ, and Sundrop and Moondrop take care of the kids at the daycare. This guy's purpose is that he has his own little kitchen, right? A whole little area. On one side, there's this huge grocery store where kids go and get fake food and put them in their little carts and shop, right? And on the other side is a kitchen, and he essentially just teaches kids about eating healthy and making healthy eating decisions. Which is why he's a pig. I thought it'd be a nice little play on words, you know? Because normally when you call people pigs, it's because they're unhealthy and they eat too much or whatever. Rather, I decided to make the pig somebody who eats healthy and somebody that the kids can look up to for dietary decisions. now we're reaching the end of the video, and you'll see that he doesn't have a name. It just says name, and then underneath name it says info. Why is that? Why is that, Martin? Why? I'll tell you why, and it's because this fella is up for sale. I don't want him. I think he's a cute character design and everything. Like, I genuinely like him a lot. He's just not a character that I would keep myself, and I already have 2 other Five Nights at Freddy's OCs. I'm not really looking for another one. So he is up for grabs! If you want him, you can come buy him right here! Come get him now! If you buy him, I'll add the name and the info and any design changes you would like free of charge. Just feel free to come take him. He's just a little pig wanting to teach the world about good dietary decisions. And here he is! What do you think? And what do you think of this style of video? I really enjoy making these. These are good, yes. Hope you're enjoying the video. And if you want him, you can come get him. Love you, goodbye. Have a nice day. I really need an intro and an outro.